Good evening and welcome. Before we formally begin this evening's agenda, we would like to share just a few helpful reminders to assist everyone with their viewing experience. First, to help minimize any background noise or distractions during the evening's presentations, we have opted to turn off all cameras and microphones. Should you have any questions throughout the meeting, we encourage you to submit those to our presenters by emailing us directly at annualmeeting@firstmarkcu.org. After we've collected everyone's inquiries, we will address all questions in the Q&A section of our website, which can be found at www.firstmarkcu.org/annualmeeting. These responses will be made available within 48 hours of tonight's meeting. Finally, to ensure you have the best viewing experience this evening, we recommend that you select the Speaker's View option in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This will allow you to see the presentation in full screen. At this time, it is my privilege and honor to introduce your host for this evening, Firstmark Credit Union's Chairman of the Board, Mr. Donald Pinson.
Thank you for that introduction, Michelle. Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to welcome you to Firstmark Credit Union's 2022 Annual Membership Meeting. We are delighted that you could join us this evening, and we are pleased to have the opportunity to share with you the credit union's accomplishments during 2021. With that in mind, I would like to call this meeting to order. The credit union's bylaws require a minimum of 25 members for a quorum. I've been advised by our board secretary, Mr. Ignacio Orozco, that a quorum is present. With the quorum confirmed, we'll continue with tonight's agenda. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize those individuals who currently serve as your board of directors. They are Vice Chairman, Mr. Rudy Pena, Secretary, Mr. Ignacio Orozco, Treasurer, Mr. Matthew Ralph, Director, Mrs. Riddell Irwin, Director, Mrs. Kyle Friesenhahn, Director, Ms. Claire Coleman, Advisory Director and Risk and Cyber Committee Chairman, Mr. Donald Jones, Advisory Director, Mr. Brian Gotardi, and Emeritus Director, Mr. Ronald Kyle. I'm also pleased to recognize the other members of our Risk and Cyber Committee, Mr. Larry Wertheim, Mr. Michael Hicks, and Mrs. Priscilla Navarro-Fox. We would like to take this time to thank each of you for your service. Also joining us tonight is Ms. Michelle Akers. Ms. Akers serves as board counsel for the credit union, and I'm pleased to appoint her as our parliamentarian for this annual meeting. Our next item of business is the report of the 2021 Annual Meeting Minutes Review Committee. In 2021, by delegated authority, the President, CEO of the credit union, appointed a Minutes Review Committee comprised of the following individuals: Ignacio Orozco Jr., Michelle Akers, and Lisa Beatty. The committee submitted their report to the Board of Directors on April 27, 2021, certifying the 2021 annual meeting minutes were correct. Therefore, no additional action is needed at this time. As chairman, I would like to report to you that in 2021, the board met on a monthly basis to provide oversight and receive financial and operational results from management and consultants. Throughout the year, we reviewed reports from the Risk and Cyber Committee, the Texas Credit Union Department Regulator, the National Credit Union Administration Insurance Representative, and our CPA auditors. In addition, we reviewed monthly internal audits and regulatory examinations. I'm very pleased to report that in the opinion of our auditors, the financial statements presented fairly and in all material respects the financial position of Firstmark Credit Union as of June 30th, 2021, and the results of its operations and its cash flows for the years then ended in conformity with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States of America. Additionally, to plan for the credit union's future and prepare to best meet the needs of our membership, the board participated in annual planning conference with management, as well as various educational training and development sessions throughout the year. On behalf of the board of directors, we would like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation for the honor of serving our Firstmark Credit Union members. Please know we deeply respect your faith in our guidance and strive to lead your credit union in its continued success. With regard to the reports of the Risk and Cyber and Asset Liability Committees, they are included in the annual report available to you through Firstmark's website. I would encourage you to thoroughly review the annual report and to contact the credit union's executive offices if you have any questions. It is now my pleasure to announce the results of this year's elections for the board of directors. As a reminder to our members, there are 2 expired vacancies, each having a 3-year term. The nominating committee submitted their report as set forth in the bylaws to the board of directors on August 31st, 2021. They selected the following 2 members. Candidate for position 1 is Ignacio Orozco Jr., an incumbent director. Candidate for position 2 is Matthew Ralph, an incumbent director. The credit union's election rules provide for member nominations by petition in lieu of nominations from the floor. As no petitions were received, all positions are deemed unopposed, and I therefore declare these individuals elected by acclamation. We extend our congratulations to these newly elected directors. To conclude this year's annual meeting, I'm pleased to introduce Nathanael Tarwasokono, President CEO, to present this year's report of the President.
Thank you, Mr. Pinson. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 2022 annual meeting. I appreciate you taking time from your schedule this evening to attend our annual meeting and to hear a little bit about some of the things going on at the credit union. And I hope when it's all said and done, you'll find this time to be well spent and beneficial for you. I have a short presentation that I would like to share with you. Hopefully everyone can see my slide presentation now. I want to start by saying that the state of the credit union is very strong. Despite going through a once in 100-year pandemic that's lasted almost 2 years, a tight labor market, and disruptions to supply chains, and numerous other challenges, the credit union continues to perform at a high level. And I'm pleased to start our meeting today by sharing with you that the state of the credit union is very strong. Last year, we received a 5-star rating from Bauer Financial for every quarter last year, and now we've received a 5-star rating from Bauer Financial for 17 consecutive quarters. For the second year in a row, Firstmark Credit Union was voted as a best place to work and recognized by the San Antonio Business Journal. We are also starting in the fourth quarter of 2021 and continuing into 2022. We're starting to see some really nice positive growth trends in both membership and loans as well. In the fall of last year, we launched the Power of the Dollar checking account. There's a Power of the Dollar and a Power of the Dollar Plus. The Power of the Dollar account is $1. The Power of the Dollar Plus is $3. Whether you pay $1 or $3, $1 of that amount goes into the Firstmark Foundation, and that foundation helps support high-impact projects in the education community. And while that product was launched in just the fourth quarter of 2021, we already have over 9,000 members in the Power of the Dollar or Power of the Dollar Plus checking account that's giving almost $108,000 a year now towards the Firstmark Foundation. So thank you to the 9,000 plus members who have signed up for this account. And if you are not a member, if you're not an account holder of the Power of the Dollar, I would encourage you to look into it as well. Not only are you doing something good for the community, but there are great benefits such as free ATM and better loan and deposit rates as well by being a Power of the Dollar or Power of the Dollar Plus checking user. The last note I want to make on this slide is we're getting some really positive feedback for our new partnership with TCG, which is a wealth management financial planning firm that offers services to about 600 school districts in Texas. They specialize in TRS, and we are really excited about this new partnership with TCG, and the feedback from our members, especially the members that are school employees, has been extremely positive. This next slide shows our capital ratio from 2015 in comparison to 2021. As you can see, our capital ratio was $90 million in 2015. It's now $118 million. So it's a $28 million increase. And we just went through a 2-year pandemic as well. Our capital ratio increased from 8.8% in 2015 to 9.5% in 2021. Now, the reason the capital ratio didn't go up as much is because we had about $200 million in COVID-related deposits that came into the credit union in 2020 and 2021. As everyone probably remembers, there was an unprecedented amount of fiscal stimulus that came into the economy during 2020 and 2021. The United States government actually stimulated the economy by almost $5 trillion. And a lot of that money came into credit union and bank accounts. For us, it was about $200 million. And so that diluted our capital ratio. If it wasn't for that $200 million, our capital ratio would be closer to 11.5%. So as you can see, the state of the credit union is very strong. I thought it'd be helpful to share this slide with our members. This shows how members qualify for membership at Firstmark Credit Union. As you can see, in 2019, you could qualify for membership a variety of different ways, which made it a little difficult for members to understand how to qualify, and also for our employees to help members to qualify as well. In 2020 to 2022, currently, thanks to an approval from the Texas Credit Union Department, we're now able to qualify members much easier in Bexar County and in about 20 surrounding counties. So if you look at the map here on the right, you can see that whether you live, work, worship, or attend school in any of those 21 counties in green, you qualify for membership at Firstmark Credit Union. The light gray areas, unfortunately, you can only join the credit union if you're a current or retired educator or student. We are continuously working with our Credit Union Department of Texas to see how we can continue to expand our field of membership and continue to make it easier for more consumers, specifically more school employees, to join our credit union in the surrounding areas. So we look forward to expanding these counties in the years to come. This next slide shows some of our retail expansion plans from 2021 to 2024 over the next couple of years. As our members know, we relocated our Culebra and Legacy financial centers. Culebra was relocated essentially it's on the same property, but we rebuilt the new financial center. We split the property, sold a significant portion of that property to QT, and then we rebuilt a state-of-the-art financial center on Culebra. Legacy was moved across the street from our Gold Canyon corporate office across 1604 to the Legacy Shopping Center. Again, both those locations are now state-of-the-art facilities. We are in the process of relocating our Jefferson Financial Center just down the street to Fredericksburg Road. We'll be able to show you some pictures here in just a second. And then we have two new financial centers coming in Lavernia and New Braunfels, most likely in the first quarter of 2023. And then in 2023 and 2024, we expect to open new financial centers in Spring Branch, the Fair Oaks Bernie area, and then in Castroville. Now, we already own land in Castroville, in the Castroville area. We are close to purchasing land in the Spring Branch area, and we are currently looking for a location in the Fair Oaks Bernie area. Over the last few years, we have closed some financial centers. We closed Brooklyn, Gulfdale, Bandera, and Southwest Military. When our organization determines whether we should close a financial center or whether we should open a financial center in a new location, we look at a variety of factors, including membership trends, visibility, access, where members live, where members work, where are new shopping centers that are being built, or where do most of our members shop now. So there's a variety of factors we look at when we're determining whether to close a financial center or to open a financial center. Unfortunately, these 4 financial centers were closed for a variety of reasons, as I mentioned. On the flip side, we invested in the relocation of several of our financial centers. We talked about Culebra, Jefferson, and Legacy on the map. These are pictures of what the new financial centers look like. Legacy and Culebra are already open. The new Jefferson Financial Center on Fredericksburg Road, we hope to have opened by the end of this year. This is a depiction of the 2 new financial centers in New Braunfels and Lavernia. So we're thrilled to bring these new financial centers to those markets and to serve school employees in those areas. I thought it'd be helpful to just share a little bit about what's coming at Firstmark Credit Union. We are in the process of finalizing a new product called the On Your Mark Mortgage. This is essentially a zero-down mortgage that's being developed for new teachers that are coming to the school system and they don't have enough money for a down payment for their first home. And so we are really excited to develop this product for new teachers. We also are going to be opening select financial centers on Saturdays starting in August of this year. We have been receiving quite a few comments over the last few months about Saturday hours. We recently sent a survey to our members, and overwhelmingly, many of our school employees said that it's difficult to do business with us through the week due to the school schedule, and they asked if we could open on Saturdays. And so due to the overwhelmingly number of school employees that want us to be open on Saturdays, we have plans to begin opening not every financial center, but a select group of financial centers throughout the city on Saturdays starting in August. I wish we could open sooner, but we want to open our financial centers, one, with full service. Secondly, we want to do it with the highest level of service to our members, and we want to do this in an operationally efficient manner. And so to pivot our operations and to ensure we do this right, we wanted to give our team members time to be able to prepare for that. We also know that many of our school employees are out for the summer, so it becomes less critical for us to be open to begin this process earlier. So we hope to be able to open on Saturdays, hopefully in early August, before all our school employees start going back for the school year. Also, we have person-to-person payments coming hopefully over the next 12 months. Currently, our credit union doesn't provide a solution for our members that's similar to Zelle or to Venmo that allows you to easily send money to your family and friends. And so our team is in the process of developing a solution for that, and we hope to have that rolled out in the next 12 months. Lastly, we know there's a lot of transition and changes going on at the organization. There's a lot of transformation happening at the credit union. It's not only for us or for the banking industry, but it's for businesses all over the country in every industry. Due to technology trends, changes in consumer behavior, and numerous other factors, businesses across the country are being transformed. And Firstmark Credit Union is in a similar situation. And so as we transition and transform the organization, for us not only to be successful over the next 5 years, but we want to be successful for the next 20 years. And so as we move down the path of this transformation, we want to make sure that we are keeping our members in the loop of everything that's going on at the credit union, and we want to hear from you more. So as we have these quarterly membership updates, our members will hear directly from me in a webinar format, and our members will be able to ask me questions live. So I'm really excited to be able to start interacting with our members at a deeper level on a quarterly basis, and certainly look forward to doing that, communicating with our members. Lastly, I want to just finish with this slide before I close my section of the presentation. This is one of my favorite slides that I like to share with our management team because, many times we perceive success to be in a straight line forward, and most people understand and know that success is a little bit messier, and there's times in life we take a step back to take 2 steps forward. And there's sometimes things go well, sometimes we fail, and sometimes we are successful. And when we fail, it's important we learn from our lessons and we get better. And what is important is that whether it's in life or in business, it's really important that we're continuing to move forward and upward, and that every day, every week, every year, we can look back and say we're getting better. And I believe in looking at where Firstmark is today, where we were a year ago, where we were 5 years ago, I believe the organization continues to get better. We are better positioned with our financial center footprint. We're making tremendous improvements to our products. Our technology is significantly better than it was just even 3 short years ago. And hopefully as a member, you can see that the organization continues to get better. All right, with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right, once again, thank you for taking time this evening from your schedules to just share a little bit about our credit union. Before I close my section of the annual meeting, I just want to thank a few people that I think that have been that are very critical to the success of our organization. I want to begin with our board of directors. I am honored to work with such an outstanding group of leaders who have shown just tremendous leadership, especially over the last couple of years during all the challenges dealing with the pandemic. I am blessed to work with such an amazing group, and most of our board members have actually worked in a school district at one point in their career, so they understand what it's like to work in a school system, the challenges that many of our school employees face, and we are certainly honored to work with such a great group. I want to also thank our team members, our management team, our leadership team at Firstmark Credit Union for everything they do to provide our members with hope and a plan, and to ensure that the credit union is serving the needs of our community and all of our school employees. I am just blessed to work with such a wonderful group of people, and I can't thank them enough for their commitment to the mission of the organization. Lastly, I want to thank you, our members, for choosing to be a member of Firstmark Credit Union. I know you have many choices in the marketplace, and I appreciate that you choose Firstmark to help you and your family. We take that decision very seriously, and we'll continue to do everything we can to help you and your family through life. One last comment before I close. We have a short video that we'd like to share with you that shows the impact of the power of the dollar account that I shared with you earlier. I hope you'll find this video to be very encouraging, and hopefully if you haven't already, that you'll consider being a account holder of our Power of the Dollar checking account. Thank you again for joining us this evening. I hope you'll enjoy this short video. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you, everyone.
Cass Teach High School is an innovative high school for future educators. It's an opportunity to expose our high school students to fields in education. This partnership between Northside, Cass Schools, and UTSA really allows us to be on the cutting edge of what education could look like and gives us the opportunity, a really unique one, to shape the future of public education.
We've been doing various things over the years to try to grow our own, to try to encourage high school students who perhaps want to become a teacher or an educator in some way into that field. So this notion around Cass Teach is to do just that.
So we wanted to position teaching as just like tech or engineering or medicine, which are some of our other schools. We're really trying to create like a 21st century learning environment where we have model classrooms, and so that high demand, high growth really contributes to our economic development in San Antonio.
We want to provide these students with a way to come to a school that really cares and focuses on and prioritizes teaching, then create a clear pathway for them to university, and then hopefully back to our district in a professional position.
One of the things I did once being named principal was to go out and speak with students who are interested in the field of education. And students really spoke highly about having a space to practice. So the funds that are being donated from Firstmark are really going to help create this innovative laboratory-like experience for our students in a really safe space where we can nurture their love of teaching.
We try to create facilities that really are more representative of the institution. So in the case of tech, it's supposed to feel more like a Google or a tech workspace. In the case of Cass Med High School, it feels like a health clinic. And in the case of Cass Teach, we're really trying to create like a 21st century learning environment where we have model classrooms. And so that those are some of the startup infrastructure costs that we're so grateful that Firstmark can help us with. What excites us is the idea of really this being the very first step in a deeper partnership. And what's actually exciting about it is we don't really know where it's going to take us. We just know it's going to be a partnership that has so much promise, and we're super grateful to Firstmark and your leadership in bringing this to us, so thank you.
Nathaniel and I have had lots of conversations about, how do we support educators in this community. I think this particular notion of creating a foundation that's going to go back to supporting public schools in our area is just really, really important. And I think it illustrates, frankly, Firstmark's recommitment to the notion that public schools are really important places. And the better public schools are able to operate, the more healthy our communities will be. And I just can't say enough thanks to Nathaniel, to Firstmark, and to the foundation for this support of Cass Teach and what I know will become even broader support of public schools all across San Antonio.